Well,
all right! Welcome back to As It Should Be. Paul Bertolino here in the world famous As It Should Be studios. And I have a couple of very special people with me.
Ooh, who you have today?
Well, today, we have Crystal Durant.
Hi.
Yeah. But we also have Tommy Von Voigt, you know.
These are the same two motherfuckers you have every week.
Well, that's your problem. That's your problem. I mean, you know. I know where it's at, man.
Yeah.
So anyway, all right, we're going to be discussing our favorite albums of 1975.
Five.
Yeah.
Five.
75, boy.
75.
All right, and I get to start.
Yes.
Now this is the year.
Oh, I get the last word. Yeah.
Ow!
Ow.
I am the middle child
Now,
Sorry, Jan.
that no one cares about.
Sorry,
Yeah.
Jan.
I am Jan this week. Yep.
well,
Sure, Jan.
Everyone's always talking about Paul. Paul.
Sure, Jan.
now, 74 was kind of the first year where I really kind of started to get records, but 75. I'm fucking in.
Yeah.
I am in. So I mean, you know, because I don't have the 74 stuff in the back anymore. But yeah, you know, Sadak is back and stuff like that. But by the time we get to 75, I'm definitely completely aware of what's coming out and actually getting records of my own. And
How old were you?
6.
5.
5 going on 6 that year, right?
I was 5. My birthday's in December.
Oh.
So in December,
okay.
74, I turned 5.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So basically, for the lion's share of the year of 75, I'm 5. It's always easy to know how old I was in any given year because 75, I'm 5. 76, I'm 6.
Oh, that's nice. That's
you know
handy.
what I mean? Yeah. All right. So honorable mentions: Barry Manilow, Trying to Get the Feeling Again.
Oh, so there's
Yeah.
Oh, God. So
Yeah.
good.
Chicago 8. Nancy Wilson, Come Get to This.
Oh, yeah.
Oh man, that's some good
yeah.
Nancy Wilson right there. Dionne Warwick, Then Came You, the album.
Spinners.
City Pop has arrived. Sugar Babe with the Songs album.
Oh.
Japanese group. That's a video all on its own. That's all I'm gonna say. Let's move on. Hall & Oates with the Silver album. Yeah, their self-titled 1975 Silver album, which is this album that has Sarah Smile on it. Smokey Robinson, Quiet Storm. Neil Young, Tonight's the Night. Aerosmith, Toys in the Attic. Rush, Caress of Steel. Alice Cooper, Welcome to My Nightmare. Black Sabbath, Sabotage. Led Zeppelin, Physical Graffiti.
Jeez.
David Bowie, Young Americans. Bruce Springsteen, Born to Run. Bee Gees' Main Course.
What are you fucking doing right now?
This is how it
I'm
is.
basically his entire fucking top 10 list is in my
Right
honorable
there.
What the
mentions.
hell could you possibly have? Go ahead. Keep going.
Let him keep going.
Pink Floyd, Wish You Were Here.
What?
The Who by Numbers.
What?
Fleetwood Mac self-titled, and ELO, Face the Music.
That is the runners-up list.
I don't even understand what you just
the
did.
fuck, man? Wow, what's left?
All the best stuff.
Okay. What,
In my
what
little
is-
world.
What is it?
Yeah, I mean, I love all these fucking records, and that's the thing. Okay, people come in and they go, well, how could you fucking put that in honorable mentions? But see, what you have to understand is that we have a 10-song list, right? And you have our 10-album list, and there are 10 albums on that list. And everybody's happy about the albums that are there because if their album that they love is there because it's on the list. But if I cut that list to 5, and that album that they liked is at number 7, look, now suddenly the album is on the list, and now you're up in arms. But it was okay when... So basically, I guess point being that if I made like a top 20... so many of these albums I just mentioned would be on the list.
Yeah.
It's just...
But we can't do top
Can't do
20
it.
because then the runners-up would be 100. We'd never get out of here, basically.
I'm not suggesting top 20. I'm just saying that these albums aren't on the list. I'm just only giving you the top 10 of the list.
Ta-da! Get it?
Yeah.
Yeah, see?
You get it?
So, you know, this is probably an album I just listed that you're just like, what the fuck? And it's probably my number 11. You know what I mean? Anyway, so there we go. Number 10. Thin Lizzy with Fighting. Oh, yeah. So this is the album where Thin Lizzy really kind of becomes the Thin Lizzy that we know.
Yes.
Yeah.
You know, because they kind of were doing other kind of things and finding their way on the first 4 albums. I love all those albums, but they fucking arrived with this one. Mm-hmm. Yeah. All right. Number 9.
9.
Oh, I didn't pull it out to show. But anyway, well, Kiss, Dressed to Kill.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Threat to Kill.
Now Tommy finds that album boring.
I do.
Yeah.
Really?
He yawned. I caught him yawning.
I do. You know.
Well, I think you probably should have burped instead. It probably would have been a lot more
Yeah.
exciting.
Not a very good album.
It would have been more exciting
Nah,
if you
it's
burped.
boring. It's boring.
Dressed to Kill. Yeah, Dressed to Kill is a really, really great record. You know, some of the songs on it
are not good.
But I really see, that's the thing about this album. I like it as a whole album, but if I were to sort of put some of the individual tracks against individual tracks from other albums, they wouldn't stand a chance.
This is the one that's got Anything for My Baby.
Yeah, Anything for My Baby. I like that song.
That's the best song on the whole record.
Yeah, see, I consider that like a B-level song. I like it. And I like it. I think Getaway is kind of like a lame song. Ladies in Waiting is a lame song. But in the context of the album, I enjoy all of it.
Have you done a track versus track with that?
I might have. I don't know.
Okay.
Let us know in the comments.
Yeah.
Because if I haven't, I guess I have to do one. Anyway, well, but again, Kiss also, you know, I've loved Kiss since I was 6, so this stuff's gonna have a certain edge as far as being able to make the lists. All right, so number 8, AC/DC, TNT. Yeah,
Yes.
I have to go into the Australian albums to get AC/DC in a little earlier, but yeah. I mean, the AC/DC TNT album is basically the High Voltage album, or as we know it. There's an Australian High Voltage album that's an entirely different
songs
album.
that are swapped out. Yeah.
Yeah, but the original Australian High Voltage is an entirely different album. I mean, but
Well, you can get a lot of the Australian High Voltage on the '74 Jailbreak record.
that's true. Or you can get it right here.
Or you can get it right here. Right here on As It Should Be Studios.
But anyway, while I'm at it, TNT.
Yep, nice.
The album in question. Alright. Alright, yeah, so AC/DC TNT. Alright, number 7. A Night at the Opera, Queen. Yeah. I mean, yeah, this is really, really where Queen hits I mentioned in the last episode, this is where Queen hits the sweet spot for me. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, in fact, yeah, Death on Two Legs. And,
Oh my
and-
God, all of it, and
Yeah,
it
all
runs
of it.
together so perfectly. That's that might be my all-time favorite Queen record. I don't know.
It
It's a
could
great
be.
one.
It could be.
Could be.
Could be. Yeah. Oh man. But number 6. John Howard, Kid in a Big World. I guess this is one of those.
This is a Blank Stare album.
This is a Blank Stare
Yeah.
album.
Blink, blink, blink.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
John Howard, Kid in a Big World. John Howard, British singer-songwriter, in the kind of like he's a little Anthony Newley-ish,
Ooh, I love Anthony Newley.
you know, because he's very British, very piano, and you know he's very, you know, John Howard is very, very gay, and he's like very, you know, his stuff is very kind of has a flamboyant, almost Broadway-ish kind of appeal, but within an Elton John, you know, kind of context. And this album almost kind of is like, I almost feel like this is kind of like, if, well, you guys aren't gonna like this. Actually, this is gonna make you guys hate the record. Almost like if Al Stewart had made Hunky Dory.
Oh God.
Cool. Moving on.
But
I was gonna listen to it until.
well, no, it doesn't sound like Year of the Cat. It's just that.
Year
It's just
of
that.
the Nope.
It doesn't sound like Year of the Cat. It just it's Al Stewart has that sort of British, very, very British kind of vocal style.
Yeah.
And that's where this is. It's that kind of really more than anything.
I like that, Crystal.
The year of the nope.
The year of the fuck yeah. All right. John Howard. Anyway, Kid in a Big World. Album that sunk without a trace. They buried him because they didn't like that he was gay, so they wouldn't promote his records, and they kind of buried him and shoved him away.
Oh.
Fucking great record. Check it out.
All right.
All right. Number 5, ABBA with ABBA. Oh man, yeah, the self-titled ABBA. That. Yeah, I'm a relatively new ABBA fan. I've always liked ABBA, even in the 70s. But I was just a singles fan. I didn't really know the albums, and I only over the last couple years really dug into the records. And yeah, I'm a big fan now. But number 4,
Ta-da!
Kiss Alive.
Oh yeah.
Kiss Alive. Now, generally, I try to keep this down to studio albums. Certainly no comps, but there are certain live albums that are just like, you know,
Can't not have that.
And Kiss Alive is one of those albums where it's that's an exception. And because that album is such an explosion, it's such a it's really the ultimate Kiss album.
It changed everything about live albums.
Yeah.
Period.
Sure, it certainly changed everything for Kiss because they weren't selling records until that record came out.
Yeah.
Like they were in danger of they could have been gone by '76 if that album hadn't made it.
Yeah, wasn't their manager like $100,000 in debt on his Amex
Yeah, it
card
was some
at
crazy
that
shit,
point?
yeah.
They were just really in
Kooky
bad
story.
shape.
Yeah.
It was one of those just in the nick of time, this album started selling, and yeah. And then Kiss took advantage and became greedy ass motherfuckers, and they're like, "All right, we got lucky by the skin of our teeth. All right,
All right.
give me."
Money.
All right. So number 3, Wings, Venus and Mars. Yeah. Now, spoiler alert if you haven't seen my McCartney ranking video. It's my favorite McCartney album, post Beatles. Yeah,
That's the number 1.
that's my number 1 in that video.
Oh, all right.
Yeah. Even over Ram, even over Band on the Run. I know Tommy wouldn't put it over Ram. No way. Right?
I love this record.
I know you do. I'm kidding.
really
I know
do.
you don't like Ram. Anyway, so number 2, speaking of albums that Tommy doesn't like. Katie Lied by Steely Dan.
Yes.
Oh, that's a fuck yeah. Oh my
Fuck
god.
yes.
Are you kidding me? Oh my
so
god.
good.
Black Friday and Bad Sneakers and Rose Darling. Daddy Don't Live in That New York City No More. Dr. Wu.
Yes.
Any World That I'm Welcome To? Are you fucking kidding me?
Fucking
Oh,
great.
Jesus Christ.
What's
Yeah,
wrong with
this-
you, Tommy?
Lots of things, but what's your point?
Point is that this is a fucking great record.
So good.
Yeah.
The
Katie
Damn.
Lied. Ooh. No, that's another one of those albums where there aren't any big hit singles, but
No,
it's,
it's such a great record.
it doesn't need them.
So
All right.
good.
And that was my number 2.
Tommy's face.
But my number 1. Now, this talk about going back to my childhood, because this is one of those albums that I had. Well, actually, these are 2 of the albums. It's a tie.
Oh, shit. I'll hold it
As
up
it should
for
be,
you.
intern. Would you hold this for me? please?
Yes, sir.
Intern.
I have a tie. 2 albums that I had and worshipped in 1975 and still love. Captain Fantastic and the Brown Deer Cowboy.
Yes.
And Rock of the Westies by Elton John.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Oh.
I mean, both of these fucking albums, and they couldn't be any more different. But that's the great thing about Elton. He was putting out albums left and right, and he kind of did a different thing each time.
Yeah.
And
So fucking.
but this, I mean, I remember so vividly when this came out, and yeah, and there was one day when my grandpa, I don't know why, my grandpa Bertolino decided one day he was going to take us all to Montgomery Ward, buy us all records. My Uncle Dino, my Aunt Vivian, I forget all of who went, but he scooped up a bunch of the kids and took us to Montgomery Ward's, bought us records, and this is what I got. And oh man, this is
speechless.
yeah.
Is this the actual copy?
No.
Oh, okay.
That copy is
Long gone.
long
Oh, all right.
Oh shit.
Oh no,
Uh-oh.
Yeah, sorry.
Got it.
this copy is now also long gone.
No, that's a cheapo copy that I bought just to have something
Oh,
in the background here.
gotcha.
So it can fall, it doesn't matter. Yeah, Captain Fantastic. Anyway, actually, I do have one thing I want to talk about with this record. Anybody who knows the cover. And now we had a show and tell one day, and I was in kindergarten at the time, and I brought this record,
Oh my god.
and I brought this to show and tell.
Oh my God.
And my teacher, you guys might remember the great Mrs. Porch.
Oh yes.
Yes, she was my kindergarten teacher. I brought this album one day for show and tell, and well, she was a little up in arms because there's the naked lady there,
Oh, it
and
happens.
there's the butt on the little turntable,
Yeah.
taking a shit.
Oh,
It's-
yep.
And I
yes.
was a 5-year-old kid, and she didn't know what to make of any of this. But
Call the cops on the parents.
yeah, that was quite a controversy that day. In the end, all turned out well, but it was definitely one of those like, clutch the pearls. All right.
So good.
Anyway, so there's my list.
Yes.
1975 list.
Very nice.
And I think we have some commercials here.
Yeah.
We'll be back right after these messages.
Photomat wants to show you some pictures you never saw before. Pictures most film developers don't give back. Maybe you overexpose them or underexpose them, but that doesn't make them any less precious to you. So Photomat has a no-fault photo plan. We print every printable picture. And if you don't like them, we'll reprint them or refund your money, no matter whose fault it is. Because at Photomat, your photo matters.
A dog can get mighty hungry when he doesn't get his chuck wagon. Because dogs love the soft meat-like chunks, the brown crunchy bits, the rich broth chuck wagon makes when you add warm water. Serve your dog chuck wagon. Chances are he's already waiting for it.
Okay.
We're rolling.
Rolling,
We're rolling, baby.
Rolling, bowling.
Okay, over to me.
Over to
1975. I have honorable mentions.
Monoral mentions.
Yes.
Honorable.
Minorable.
So,
Deplorable
what do I got? I got Wish You Were Here, Pink Floyd, Captain Fantastic and the Brown Dirt Cowboy, Elton John, Rock of the Westies, Elton John, Mothership Connection, Parliament, Chocolate City, Parliament, Fly By Night, Rush, Caress of Steel, Rush, That's the Way of the World, Earth, Wind and Fire, Venus and Mars, Paul McCartney and Wings, One of These Nights, The Eagles, Sabotage, Black Sabbath, Fool for the City, Foghat, Richie Blackmore's Rainbow by Rainbow, High Voltage AC/DC Australia version, TNT AC/DC Australia version, Once Upon a Star, the Bay City Rollers, Wouldn't You Like It, the Bay City Rollers, Trying to Burn the Sun, Elf, Daryl Hall and John Oates by Hall and Oates, Dreamboat Annie by Heart, Fighting Thin Lizzy, Angel by Angel, and Horizon, the Carpenters.
All right.
Oh, did you say Horizon?
Yes.
Oh, yeah. I forgot about a whole Horizon.
Okay.
Yeah, okay.
Those are my runners-up.
Yeah. Well,
Well, indeed.
yeah, go back to my runners-up, and you'll see Tommy's top 10 list.
This fucking guy. I can't with him sometimes. Anyway, number 10, Electric Light Orchestra with Face the Music.
Oh.
Yeah.
Woo, that is the hotness. Now,
Yeah.
for me, ELO arrives with the El Dorado record and Face
Yeah.
the Music. Those two records is like, now this is ELO. The three records they did before that, I'm just like,
I really like the first one. The second and third.
The first one with Roy
The
Wood
first one's an
still
entirely
in.
different thing.
Yeah.
But I like the record.
But the second one, the third one, But El Dorado and Face the
Boom.
Music,
Boom.
that's ELO.
Boom. Yeah.
My number 9, ABBA.
Yeah. Come on.
ABBA.
ABBA.
Number 8, the Bee Gees, Main Course.
You know, I really, of all the Bee Gees albums that are missing my top 10, that's the one that I really, that one and Bee Gees First are the two that I really would have loved to have gotten on my top 10 lists.
Now, for me, Main Course, that's the arrival of the second era.
Oh God, yeah, that can't be denied. And honestly, I think that's the best of that era.
Oh, it's fantastic.
Yeah.
It's a fantastic album.
Yeah.
My number 7. I wanted this one to be my number 1 so fucking badly.
And it's number
I would
7?
have assumed it was my number 1, and it is not my number 1. Bruce Springsteen, Born to Run.
Oh, yeah.
I
That is surprising.
love this album,
It's a great record.
but
great record.
there are 6 albums I love more.
Wow, 6 records you love more.
Number 6, Fleetwood Mac. Fleetwood Mac.
Okay.
As the arrival of the Buckingham Nicks era.
Yeah. A lot of arrivals.
Yes.
Well, we have one coming in 1976.
Well, that's next episode.
Yeah,
There'll be
next
another
episode.
arrival.
Yeah, but
yes.
you know what we're saying.
Now, if that's not in your top 10, I don't know what the hell to do with you, honestly. But we'll see. We'll get to that. My number 5, Aerosmith, Toys in the Attic. Holy shit.
Most excellent.
My number 4, Alice Cooper, Welcome to My Nightmare.
I knew you would have that one.
Oh, you're fucking
I know you love
right.
that one.
Oh my God, Welcome to My Nightmare. God damn, what a record that is.
You know, that's one of those albums that had I made this list years and years ago, it would have easily been in my top 10. Easily.
My number 3, Queen, Night at the Opera.
Damn.
My number 2, the original motion picture soundtrack for the Rocky Horror Picture Show.
Oh.
Holy
Number 2.
shit!
Man.
Holy shit!
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh! Hot patootie.
Bless your soul.
Makes me shiver and straight. Oh my god, my number 1 for 1975, Led Zeppelin, Physical Graffiti.
I might have known.
Yes.
I might have
Yes,
known.
you might have.
No surprises there.
None.
Yeah.
You know,
What's your favorite song off that record?
In My Time of Dying. Yeah. If I had to pick just one, I'd pick that one. Yeah, and maybe close second would be The Rover. Yeah.
My thing about that record is that that's not one of my favorite Zeppelin albums, and I am in the minority. I'm in the fucking minority there. But my thing about that album is I feel like it's 2 different Zeppelin albums crammed together. You know, like the songs that are all new are so obviously the new songs.
Yes.
And then the songs that are outtakes from the other albums are so obviously from
Outtakes
other
from other albums, yeah.
You know,
Well, I think we're going to be talking more about this record in next week's episode, because I'm going to bring it up specifically because of a reason. But yeah, Physical Graffiti is not a perfect album, but there's just kind of this dark magic to this fucking record that I just, even though it's kind of a hodgepodge in some ways, there's just something enchanting about Physical Graffiti.
What's your favorite song?
God, I don't even know.
If you had to pick one off Physical Graffiti.
I have to pick one. I don't even think I can right off the top of my head. I would have to go over the list.
Right.
I don't have one ready in my head.
What about you, Crystal?
A Rover.
The Rover.
There's
Rover's
just
a good
something
one.
about the
There's
Rover,
something about
right?
that song. I don't know what it is, but I really dig that song.
Yeah.
I really like Down by the Seaside. I don't know if
that's
that's my
great.
favorite
That's
one.
good, too.
That's
I
great.
that's not necessarily my favorite one, but I really like that one.
Yeah.
I'm also really into In the Light.
And the Light's good.
Yeah.
Wanton song.
10 Years Gone.
Gone, yeah.
I mean, we could just talk about
Yeah,
Physical
sorry.
Graffiti for the rest of the fucking show.
I digress.
Yeah.
Anyway, yes.
Anyway.
So that's my list.
Yeah.
All right. Commercial time.
Hey, look, it's Rosie Greer. Boy, is he big. I'll bet you he orders a Burger King double beef hamburger, because it's got twice the beef.
Well, I'll bet he orders a double beef cheeseburger. Come on, a guy that big has got to order a double beef Whopper.
1 double beef hamburger, a double beef cheeseburger, and a double beef Whopper.
All that?
That's my way.
Have it your way. Go double now.
Hello, this is Elton John in California with
Carl Wilson of the Beach Boys.
Joe Walsh. Hi.
Hi, we're the Eagles.
And this is
Shaka Khan of Rufus.
These are some of my favorite American artists, and we're all playing at Wembley Stadium on Saturday, June the 21st.
Elton John, the Beach Boys, the Eagles, Joe Walsh, Rufus, Stackridge, Wembley Stadium, Saturday, June 21st. Tickets $3.50. Book now.
Okay.
Bow, bow.
All right, well, we're back.
Oh, we're back.
Yeah, that's right, we're back.
Sorry, we were singing The
Yeah.
Rover.
Just roving on back here.
Oh, yeah. But Crystal has a list.
All right.
Yeah.
Here's my list of runners-up for 1975. Ba-da-ba-ba. High Voltage by AC/DC. Physical Graffiti by Led Zeppelin. Chocolate City, Parliament. Let's Take It to the Stage, Funkadelic. Welcome to My Nightmare, Alice Cooper. That's the Way of the World, Earth, Wind, and Fire. Chicago, VII. That's 8 for you non-Roman people. Between the Lines, Janice Ian. Journey, The Manhattan Transfer. Toys in the Attic, Aerosmith. Survival, the OJs. Moving Violation, Jackson 5. That is a really great J5 album, Moving Violation.
You know, that's one of those that I have, it's just like in the collection, but I don't know it that well.
Gotta listen to it. I love that record. Steppin' by the Pointer Sisters. Why Can't We Be Friends by War. The Dreamweaver, Gary Wright. The Tubes. Metal Machine Music, Lou Reed. Rhinestone
really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. I love
You're
that
gonna have to
record.
expand on this.
Okay, we'll talk about that. The Rhinestone Cowboy, Glenn Campbell. Atlantic Crossing, Rod Stewart. Man-Child by Herbie Hancock. Born to Run, Bruce Springsteen. Love to Love You, Baby by Donna Summer. Honey, the Ohio Players. Face the Music, ELO. Trying to Get That Feeling, Barry Manilow. The Who by Numbers. Hey, it's not one of my favorite Who records. You know, Slip Kid and Squeezebox. I hate Squeezebox. I hate it. But I love Slip Kid. Siren by Roxy Music. Still Crazy After All These Years, Paul Simon. Indiscreet by Sparks. Nighthawks at the Diner by Tom Waits. Katie Lied, Steely Dan. Feel Like Making Love, Roberta Flack. Litzomania soundtrack.
Oh.
By, Ken Russell, a crazy Ken Russell.
Various
and
artists.
Roger Daltrey and various artists. ABBA by ABBA. Robert Palmer, Pressure Drop. Casey and the Sunshine Band, self-titled. Nasty Gal, Betty Davis. Betty Davis. The Rocky Horror Picture Show soundtrack. And Live, Bob Marley and the Wailers.
Oh, shit.
Those are my runners-up.
Yeah, man, I really... That was an oversight on not putting that Earth, Wind & Fire album on my...
So good. Oh, my God. So great.
But give us a little bit on Metal Machine Music. What do you like about this record? I mean, seriously, like, is it something that you would put on and groove to?
No, I don't. It's not a record you can groove. You can't groove to it.
No, you can't.
It's one of those records. Is this a crystal clarification?
Oh.
All right, so let's talk about outsider music for a minute.
Do we have to?
Just a minute, god damn it, Tommy. Now, I am a person who really appreciates people who go with what they feel, what they want to do, what they like, and don't give a fuck about what other people say, because that's how I pretty much live my life. So, I find it fascinating that people love this record. I don't love it. I really enjoy it. And it's weird. It's just a bunch of crazy ass,
industrial
grinding. And considering the time period, 75, what Lou Reed was doing in other aspects of his life, coming from the Velvet Underground, I think it was really daring and very ballsy to do something like this. Just like Brian Eno with, songs for airplanes or airports or whatever.
Right.
Who wants to sit around and listen to that shit for a half an hour or 45 minutes?
Or Two Virgins by John and Yoko.
Oh, thank you, or Two Virgins. There's a long list of records like this, but I appreciate it for its gutsiness and, again, I don't sit around and groove to it, but I do listen to it, a couple of times a year, just to what the fuck was this guy thinking? And why did they put this out? I don't understand. But it exists, and therefore, I appreciate it and like it.
Okay.
Is that good enough? Not good enough?
I still don't know. I'm still as lost as I am with the record. So.
Tommy?
I get where you're coming from.
I can't do Trout Mask Replica.
Yeah.
I can't do that.
But I
can do the Shags.
I suspect, though, that this is less... since it's Lou Reed, there's a possibility it's less like just a daring artist taking a chance and more just a complete shitbag saying, I don't know, maybe they'll buy this.
I think he was just kind of going...
Yeah.
Could be. I don't know.
I wouldn't doubt that.
I mean, come on. This is Lou Reed we're talking about.
Yeah.
He had to have just been like, let's throw this out and see what the fuck they think of this.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because he was a bit of a dick. But anyway.
Yeah. But then again, Pigface comes along in the 90s and puts out a record that's just the sound of fucking washing machines and vacuums, and people bought that. So.
Right.
Yeah. Who knows?
Yeah.
Anyway.
And people like Sonic Youth.
Allegedly.
Yeah, I've heard that they do.
He goes allegedly. No, people do love that shit. All right, so
anyway, on to Crystal's list.
Here's my list. Sorry, I digress.
Well, we all digress.
Yes. Number 10, coming in at number 10 is Mr. Magic by Grover Washington Jr. Oh, so great, Tommy.
Wow.
Sure.
He doesn't know it.
Stop doing that to me!
You know, I get
This
it.
is a Tommy's tirade.
A Tommy tirade.
It's a Tommy.
now
It's
I
a
need to
new
start- I need
feature.
to put a new thing.
This is a Tommy's tirade.
Tirade.
Okay, here we go. Tommy's tirade. This is the first one, the inaugural Tommy's tirade.
God, now I have to come up with the
It's
thing.
literally not possible for me to listen to every fucking album that came out every single year, so stop asking me every fucking episode. Do you know it? Do you know it? Do you know it? There's a chance I fucking don't.
Well, but that's the thing. That's why we're asking.
That's why we're
because
asking.
we're like, well, you know,
You have
because we
surprised
understand
us.
exactly what you just said.
Yeah.
But I
Therefore,
don't do
we
that
don't
to
know.
either of you.
Well, feel free.
I'm gonna fucking do that now.
ahead.
Watch.
Yeah.
Just watch.
Go ahead, because sometimes you have surprised me where you're
Stay
like, oh
tuned
yeah, and
for
you know
next
the whole
week.
record, and you know who produced it, and you know everything about it, and I'm like, wow, Tommy knows about this.
Yeah, if you watch the videos, there are moments where Crystal and I look at each other like, huh?
What?
This is gonna turn into Tommy's tantrum. Moving on.
Okay, coming in at number 9 is Queen, A Night at the Opera.
Ah, well, yeah, of course.
I mean,
Hello.
yeah,
Except that's at number 9, but hey.
Well, you know. And then at number 8, I got a tie.
Oh.
Yeah. And that is Dress to Kill on the Live by Kiss. Oh, yeah. So good. Thank you,
Christ.
Paul. Doing Paul.
That face though.
He's so good at that. With the makeup on, it's even better.
Jesus Christ.
He looks just like him. Oh, man. All right. Number 7 is Radioactivity by Kraftwerk.
Now, see, there you go. Here's one that I haven't heard. I know about the album, but I never listened to Kraftwerk. I don't know those albums.
Oh, really?
So you could ask me that, and I'd be like,
Yeah. I'm not going to ask Tommy. All right, my number 6 is Rufus featuring Chaka Khan. Now, the other Rufus records, all really great, but I feel as though this is like the punch for me. This is like, boom, this is where they gelled completely. Not that they were unglued before. Oops. Not that they hadn't gelled before, but this to me is like, bam. I don't know.
so this one's better than Rags to Rufus? 'Cause I don't know this one.
If they came out in the same year, I think they would tie. But, you know, because it was just this next year, it's good. And also, I will say that I saw them on touring on this record.
Well,
So
that's going to
another
add a
reason
little
why
bit
it
of
adds something to
Yeah.
me. Yeah. All right, my number 5 is Mothership Connection by Parliament. Oh, fucking A. Now, I have a fond memory because this is 1975, so I was in 5th grade, and they played at the Philadelphia Spectrum, and my cousin Gene, God rest his soul, took me and a bunch of my other cousins to see this show. And so this is the Philadelphia Spectrum.
You
And-
saw them in 75.
Yes.
That's amazing.
With the Mothership and the whole nine. And it was so fucking... You couldn't really see in there because everybody was smoking weed and
Well.
cigarettes. But it was just like... like it just... The whole building just lifted off of the ground. It was so incredible. And it's all like 18 motherfuckers on stage in these crazy costumes.
Oh,
and
did the dude come out with the diaper on?
Yes,
Well, they all lifted
Nose
because they all
and-
had platforms on.
Yeah,
so
and
that's
they
why
all
they
play,
lifted.
it was unbelievable. It was one of the, like completely imprinted my life. Coming in at number 4 is another tie, and that is the same
No, it's the
tie
same
that
tie.
Paul had, and that is Rock of the Westies and Captain Fantastic.
Yeah.
Both love them both so much. Rock of the Westies, I actually wore out my first copy of that record, and Patti LaBelle, LaBelle does backing vocals on that,
Yes.
and that.
Yeah.
Oh my God! Yell help!
Yeah.
That wind up at the end. Oh my God!
Well, the thing about that, and you know this, that Patti LaBelle and LaBelle do the backing vocals on the opening medley.
Yes.
But Gus Dudgeon accidentally erased the last pass of the last go around of the chorus, and so if you listen really closely, the backing vocals are different on the last one. It's Elton having to replace them, so
Yes.
it's him doing the back.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's such a good record. They're both great. And Captain Fantastic, what the fuck, man? That album cover, I must have stared at that for 800 hours.
Yeah. Oh, God,
Because
yeah.
it's like, what is going on in this thing? And that's one of the first times I actually thought about artistry in painting, because that's a painting. Because it was 1975 and there was no computers or anything.
Right.
So somebody actually painted all that shit. And it's mind-boggling. It's so great.
The thing that's crazy about it, too, is that the pace at which Elton John was releasing records, this painting was created for that record. So the person who did this probably had like fucking 3 months to do it.
Yeah.
You know, and did that.
Incredible.
Yeah.
And I actually did a deep dive on that one time. But that's a story for another day. All right, coming in at number 3, and a lot of people are going to hate me for this, but I don't care because I do what I want.
Oh.
And that is the Tommy movie soundtrack.
Oh, we knew this was coming.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
Yeah, you
I mean,
hinted
you know
at this
me,
for
you
weeks
know,
now.
yeah. And I love that movie so fucking much. It's so fucking great. Ken Russell, crazy genius. Everybody is a mess. Eric Clapton looks like he's ready to die. He's unrecognizable because he's so fat and bloated because he was really drinking heavy at that time. And Keith Moon and just Oliver Reed. Oh my God, Anne Margaret. It's so great. And I love this soundtrack record. I love the original Tommy, but I love this more because, again, saw it in a movie theater, a drive-in movie theater, and I just love it. Tina Turner, come on, what the fuck?
Well, now, you were already a Who fan when you saw that movie.
Oh, yeah.
Had you already heard the Who album?
Oh, yeah.
So you heard the Who album first, and still got on this, even after having heard...
Yes.
Because I would have thought that the reason why the Who album is second tier is because the movie is what you were first exposed to.
No, I heard the album first. My cousin
That's
Gene,
impressive.
thank you, my cousin Gene, he got that record for me. The original.
I find we almost never end up choosing the version that we didn't hear first. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We're always fond of the way, once it's imprinted on us, it always seems like that's the right way the songs need to be.
No, I love it. I think the original is like lo-fi genius to me.
It's kind of unfinished, actually.
Yeah.
Like, there was supposed to be a lot more... Like, there's a lot of really acoustic-driven tracks on that. For some reason, like, it's not finished. Like, there was supposed to be a lot more, like, live at leads kind of electric guitar on it that didn't get onto the tracks.
Yeah.
For some reason.
It's very chill. And I do dig it, but I love the movie. I love it so much more. Excuse me. And my number 2 is Young Americans by David Bowie. I mean, come on. David Bowie. Young Americans. David Bowie.
Oh, right.
Yes. He was a young... don't get me started.
Win! That's a win!
Win.
Anybody who might be fascinated, go check it out.
Yes.
All right.
And my number 1 is... It's a tie. It has to be. And there are no jelly beans involved. It is Wish You Were Here by Pink Floyd and Fulfilling His First Finale by Stevie Wonder.
I'm confused. Isn't that 1974?
Yeah, I think Fulfilling His First
I know, see, I got you. Now it's Pink Floyd!
What are you doing?
I wanted to hear you say, I'm confused again.
God damn it.
Yes, it's Wish You Were Here by Pink Floyd, of course. Anybody who knows me knows that would be number 1. I love that.
I prefer the movie soundtrack version myself.
You do?
The one with Oliver Reed singing Have a Cigar.
It's a fair cop.
Yeah.
That's okay. Yeah.
But but that version's okay too.
Yeah.
I think the heat might be getting to both of you.
And that album, just like Dark Side of the Moon, I've listened to it at least once a week, every week since it was released.
Oh, that one too?
Yes.
Wow.
Damn.
Yes. Love it.
Great record.
When you're you're just laying down chilling. When you're on the subway trying not to kill people, it calms you down. It's perfect for all occasions.
Well, a record like that really shows, kind of what masters those guys were. Because, I mean, if you think about it, it takes nearly half of side 1. You're almost halfway through side 1 before anything even fucking happens. And you don't get bored with it.
Yeah.
Like, it fades in with just, like, white, with just...
atmosphere.
Ambience. Before it hits the first note. And how long does it... at least 3 minutes.
4 minutes, yeah. It's really, really
great.
I
love it. And I've never once listened to it and went, okay, guys, like, do something. I've never felt that way about this.
Right.
Yeah.
You know? That's an accomplishment.
It's genius.
Yeah.
Sheer genius.
Yeah. All right.
Wile E. Coyote. Super genius.
Genius.
I like the sound of that. Wile E. Coyote. That's what he's
Super genius.
screwing the lids on the carrots.
I like the sound of that. All right.
Okay.
All right. I like the sound of these commercials. Let's check them out.
Bang, bang, bang. Oh, howdy, partner. Time for timer. Do you ever get that hungry feeling after school? Boy, I do. I'm so hungry, I could eat a wagon wheel. When I'm slow on the draw and I need something to chaw, I hanker for a hunk of cheese. When my 10-gallon hat's a feeling 5 gallons flat, I got something planned, which is little cheese sandwiches. Come on. Here's a great little snack to tide you over till dinner. If you want something delicious and nutritious, cheese is a super snack. Look, a wagon wheel. When my get up and go has got up and went, I hanker for a hunk of cheese. When I'm dancing, I hold down and my boots kind of slow down, or anytime I'm weak in the knees. I hanker for a hunk of, a slab or slice a chunk of, a snack that is a winner, and yet won't spoil my dinner. I hanker for a hunk of cheese. Yahoo!
What a lovely way to start the morning, cool and clean. And
Dial soap works to get rid of bacteria on your skin that cause odor, so you feel fresh all day.
use Dial. Aren't you glad you use Dial? Don't you wish everybody did? Aren't you glad you use Dial?
And we're back.
Yeah, I guess we're back. I guess that's the case. I guess also that we're gonna have to start hating on 1975.
Hating all over that shit.
Yeah.
Hating
Well, you know,
all over.
we gotta do what we gotta do. And okay,
Who hates first?
I
Is it
hate
you, Paul?
first.
Paul hates first.
I possibly hate most too. I don't know. Who knows?
Maybe.
Who knows? Well, all right. We do, of course, have the requisite Bachman Turner Overweight album, 4-Wheel Drive. All right, featuring one of their greatest shits, "Hey You."
Paul!
What?
Bachman Turner Overweight.
Oh, no!
Oh, I'm sorry. I forgot. It's not the 70s anymore. We can't say shit like that.
Oh my god.
Oh, sorry. Don't cancel us. All right. All right. 4-Wheel Drive. Yeah, yeah.
God.
Yeah. This is the one with "Hey You." The one that Kermit the Frog sings.
I hate that song.
I fucking hate that song
Oh
so
my
much.
god. Yeah.
But anyway, Klaus Schultz with "Time Wind." Does anybody know this record?
No.
It's an hour-long album. Each side is one long song, and it's just these long-held synth notes. It's just. I mean, it's practically fucking.
Ooh, I want to listen to this.
It's practically the Lou Reed album, but with
Synths.
softer sounds.
Oh, interesting.
It's just
I
like,
want to check
come
that
on.
out.
Okay.
I do.
Next up, the Tommy soundtrack.
Yeah, I knew that.
The
was
fucking
coming.
Tommy soundtrack.
I knew this.
This is the Who's fucking classic 1969 album turned into Bad Cabaret. I've never. I mean, I don't begrudge you liking it, and I understand what you're saying.
Yeah.
For me personally, I
can't do
this
it.
is just like, what? This is like when people take like a really great rock album and do the Broadway version. It's like, no. But as much as I have always hated the Tommy soundtrack, it's not nearly as bad. Well, I hate it more than the next album, but this next album is worse. Keith Moon, Two Sides of the Moon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Awful.
Oh my god.
So bad.
I mean,
ugh.
Do I have to explain this?
Nope.
No, I don't think I
No.
have to explain this. But worse than all of that, and this will be something that maybe nobody knows. Well, people watching, but this is probably a blank stare album. Slap Happy and Henry Cow, two different bands who have come together to make an album entitled Desperate Straits.
Slap Happy.
And Henry Cow.
Henry Cow.
They came together and they made this great album, Desperate Straits.
Well, I'm glad
it's a collaborative album
yeah.
of these two British avant rock groups.
I'm so glad they were able to set their differences aside and work together.
I put that. Yeah. What?
Apparently.
What does it sound like?
Shit. I think it's a technical term, but
I need, because now I want to listen to both of their individual records.
Well,
and that.
No, you don't, actually. Yeah, I'm here to tell you. Okay, so it's a collaborative album by two British avant rock groups. Singer Dagmar Krause sounds like the witch from fucking the Bugs Bunny cartoons trying to sing
Witch
quirky
Hazel.
Broadway tunes. Like, the witch who every time she runs out of the room, her hairpins fly.
Witch Hazel.
Witch Hazel, yes, thank you. Yeah, Witch Hazel. You probably just said that and I didn't hear you.
Abracapocas.
Yes. She sounds like...
Hocus cadabra.
Yes.
Cup of tea for me and you. I love Witch Hazel.
Witch Hazel's great.
She's awesome.
Dagmar Krause, not so much. Yeah, it's really terrible, and it's one of those weird kind of avant-garde kind of records that there's an audience for, people that think it's one of the best albums ever made, and it's one of those records like Trap Mess Replica, where it's like it has the people that swear it's the greatest thing ever, and then other people like us listen to it and go, oh, no.
We shan't be doing this.
Never. As it shan't be.
As it shan't be.
Yeah, that's my number one.
Nice.
Damn.
Way to dig deep there. All right. So I have a dishonorable mention. That would be Rick Wakeman with The Myths and Legends of King Arthur and the Knights of the Round Table. The fuck are we even doing with that record?
Wow.
Yeah.
I haven't heard it.
Oh, it's just...
I bought that for like 50 cents a million years ago.
Is that not just the most ridiculously self-indulgent bullshit?
After listening to it, I literally frisbeed it out the window. Right into traffic.
And that's one of those things where it's like there's just a ridiculously, like a furious amount of talent on display being completely put to waste. Like just the wrong use of talent.
Yeah.
But my worst of the year, the aforementioned Two Sides of the Moon by Keith Moon.
I mean, come on.
So, here's the deal with that record. Like, there's a cover on there of the Beatles song "In My Life," which
there is
an atrocity.
Yes,
that alone would have had that at least ranking in the dishonorable mentions. But then there's the rest of the album,
which is no better.
No better.
I was reading up, I was like, I want to finally learn with some of the backstory that went into making this fucking nightmare, and it was
cocaine.
Every bit as
backstory.
Yeah, it was every bit as fucking insane as I thought it would be. People they'd show up, they'd do about an hour's worth of work in the studio, and then it would turn into a fucking party, and the engineer couldn't get everyone out of there, and they'd finally chase everyone out, and they'd do another 20 minutes of work, and then more people, more hangers-on and drug dealers and groupies would show up, and to be a fucking party again.
Yeah. Drug party first.
Yeah.
Recording session, distant second.
The first producer got fired, and then he brought on another producer whose main role seemed to have just been drug dealer.
Yeah.
And none of the musicians on this record really could tell the difference between the first producer and the second producer.
Yeah.
Yeah. And he didn't even play drums on most of it. He played drums on 3 of the songs, maybe, or one of the songs, or some shit like that, because he wanted to sing. But by that point, his voice was so completely ravaged from drugs and alcohol and smoking that it's just
sad.
Yeah, it's a
very
mess.
sad.
He started immediately working on a follow-up, and then they put the kibosh on that. Yeah. I guess I don't know. See, the funny thing is along the way he was turning in the master tapes for each song, and they kept on being like, "Yeah, keep going." And finally, not until it was done and they heard the whole finished thing, did somebody, I guess, at the label finally say, "No more. let's not do a second one."
Yeah. How about In fact, let's delete this one.
Let's get.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well.
So that's my 1975 worst of.
We're probably not going to get any pushback from this one.
Oh, I can't.
Nobody's going to disagree.
No,
I doubt
if you
people
do,
even
please
listen
let
to
us
it.
know.
Yeah, I'd love to know your fucking rationale.
Yeah,
exactly. Well, I have 3 pieces of poop for this. And no particular, sort of in order. All right, so I got Promised Land by Elvis Presley.
The only thing,
Elvis.
It's like
Please
Elvis
promise you won't make any more records.
Religious music, and it's in a gospel or whatever. It's no.
When he was young and did gospel stuff, it was beautiful because his voice was beautiful because he was young and beautiful. But this is terrible. It's blasphemous almost. It's just so bad.
This is not a good period in time
for him.
Elvis.
Yeah. I mean, I imagine them, they just like put him in a wheelbarrow and rolled him into the studio, and he just like laid there like a beached whale and was just like, oh God. Yeah, Jesus. It was bad. Then I have Modern Times by Al Stewart. Anything by Al Stewart.
Anything by Al Stewart.
That's a no boy from me.
Henceforth, 0.
So be sure and listen to John Howard.
I do want to listen to John Howard.
Yeah, no. Even if you hate, it doesn't sound like
because it's not like him.
It.
Yeah, but yeah, I hate Al Stewart. But the worst of that year, 1975, would be a solo album by a band member. And that band member's name is John Entwistle. Oh. And that album is called Mad Dog.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
And this is your worst of the year?
Yeah.
Wow, so over Keith Moon.
Yeah, over Keith Moon.
Holy shit, okay, do tell.
Because John Entwistle can sort of sing.
Right, he has more to answer for because he's capable of
He's capable of singing well.
Yeah.
You know, he wrote horn arrangements for the Who songs.
And played the horn himself.
And plays bass very well. And it should have been better. But I also attribute this to... there are bands with members, and this, I think, the Who is a prime example of this, where when they're together, they're an unstoppable force. They dovetail so well, and they're just fucking amazing. But you separate them, and except for Pete Townsend,
yeah,
like he's the best. Roger Daltrey, as much as I love that man, ride a rock horse.
He kind of hits it, but he kind of doesn't.
Sorta. But these two, John and Keith, that's a no boy.
Yeah, the John Entwistle stuff is kind of a head scratcher because I've never really liked his solo albums either.
Yeah.
And it makes no sense that they wouldn't be good because he always had such good songs on the Who albums. And it's not like Pete is going in there and doctoring up his songs.
Exactly.
I mean,
no, they come as is and they're great.
Yeah.
And Pete's like, all right, let it rip.
Yeah.
I'll throw some guitar on that. But there's no excuse for this.
I mean, it could be that those particular songs were presented to the Who, and they went, no,
forget
not those.
it.
And then he went, okay, well, I'll put them on my album, and that could be the problem.
Yeah, that might be the case.
Maybe.
But
the case, the problem, same difference.
Yeah, same thing. But it saddened me because I really wanted it to be good, and it's not good.
Now, did you listen to it at the time?
Yeah. And that's why I was really bummed.
You were really disappointed
because it's like they put out all this and like this is what you're doing, John? Come on, man.
I got you. I got you.
Yeah, I'm bummed.
I'm picking up what you're putting down.
Thank you.
I'm catching what you're throwing.
All right.
I'm eating the cookies you just baked.
I'm eating the cookies you just baked. Okay. I think it's time for a commercial.
If we must.
Ladies and gentlemen, the fabulous Pat Boone.
Hi, I'm Pat Boone. I'm really excited that K-tel has put it all together. An album of my greatest hit songs.
Oh, 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 Bernadine. It's finally here. A fantastic 2-record set of the greatest hits of Pat Boone. Relive beautiful memories with great songs like I lost my baby. Remember this rock and roll great. Speedy Gonzales. Pat Boone, internationally renowned superstar, sings his greatest hits. This beautiful 2-record set is now available exclusively on this TV offer. Send $5.99 per record, $6.99 per tape. Order now and enjoy great songs like River, More Deadly.
On this album, you'll also hear Friendly Persuasion, I'll Be Home, Remember Your Mind, Mr. Blue, and a lot of other hit songs. I'm really proud to have all these hit songs on this K-tel album. I hope you'll get one.
Get Pat Boone's greatest hits, a superb 2-album stereo collection. Send $5.99 per record, $6.99 per tape.
I'm using that recipe.
Yeah, I'll sign you to my label.
Oh, we're back.
Oh, yeah, it looks like we are back.
We're back to say goodbye.
Yeah, to say goodbye. But only for this year. We're going to be back next year. Yeah. But before we go anywhere, we have
Yes.
vintage photo time.
Oh,
Yeah, 1975 style. All right, so here we have Crystal, her sister Addie, and Santa Claus at Woolworth. Yeah, and Christmas time. Now, full disclosure, this is actually Christmas 1974. Crystal couldn't find a good and proper 1975 pic in time for this episode to go up, so we went with this. This is, it's practically almost 1975, so this is close enough, right? Okay, this is me in 1975. I started kindergarten in 1975, and this is my kindergarten portrait. Now, the suit, this tan corduroy suit that I'm wearing, I remember plain as day, I remember getting this. My grandpa Bertolino took me over to that Montgomery Ward, where we got the Elton John record. Yeah, he took me over to that Montgomery Ward and bought this suit for me for my school pictures. So there you go, Crystal and me in and around thereabouts 1975. All right! Yeah, still no Tommy. This fucking guy, he's still looking for his photos.
Slacker, I'm so sorry.
Yeah, all right, well, whatever.
It's floating out in the ether somewhere.
I'm in the ether. How many people out there like it in the ether?
Oh, vodka, orange juice.
Who out there is enjoying the void?
I love it.
The infinite expanse.
Yes.
Oh, yeah. Well, while we're waiting for Tommy's photos, you might consider subscribing if you haven't. And if you do, ring a little bell. And I'm going out of order here. Thank you to everybody who has subscribed, because I always have to say that, because I'm forever thankful.
And thank you for telling your friends.
And yes, that's right. And so on and so on. Oh, I'm mixing.
And so on.
I'm mixing 70s references. So anyway, we're going to see you next week, because it's going to be
the bicentennial
Bicentennial. Bicentennial brouhaha. Celebrate this country's anniversary.
Yeah.
All right.
Where all men are created equal.
Very much so. All right, we will see you next week.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
I feel like I have another burp coming on.
All right.
And we're going to do the, well, all right. I'm going to be like, well,
all right. Do try to say it and burp at the same time.
Yes.
I can't talk and burp at the same time.
Oh, really?
I've never
man.
been able to do that.
I can do that like a champ.
Yeah, it's one of those talents I just never developed.
Oh, well.
Okay.
We're not all perfect.
Childhood unfulfilled.
Pretty much.
Oh, there's so much fun you've missed out on, Tommy.
Yeah.
Oh, I know.
Oh,
Too
my
bad.
God. Okay.
Oh.
There it is.
There it is.
Burp,
there it is.
There it is.
There it is. Okay.
Are we holding up again?
You can.
Oh.
This time it's optional.
Oh, okay.
Well, mine's all empty. But I'll hold up an empty.
You can fake it.
3, 2, 1.
Well, all right.